for him, anyways. I know Dan O'Shea probably wouldn't mind having him in New York or Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. Get it right. Sorry.
I'm gonna say let's say the Jets. I think they've got a pretty solid recruitment going on of him. Jamal Adams has been, all over him, trying to get him to, get dinner with him and bring him onto the team. So, I think it could be a good fit. I think the Jets are going to make a strong push for him as, safety valve for Darnold. So, I'll say the Jets.
Okay. I think it's going to be the Colts. I think the Jets make the most sense, but I think if Le'Veon Bell wants to win and wants the most money, he might be able to get it from the Colts.
Frank Gore needs to retire.
Frank Gore's in Miami, isn't he?
That's right, too. Yeah. Shit.
I think the running back in Indianapolis is Marlon Mack. Return of the Mack.
Love it.
But which would you rather do? Play with T.Y. Hilton and Andrew Luck behind Quentin Nelson, or just throwing this out there, a second-year Sam Darnold with an oft-injured Quincy Enunwa and a center who has no idea who he's snapping the ball to.
Well, I also think that the Jets are going to sign Paradis this offseason, so I think that's a big factor there.
You think they're going to sign who?
Paradis, the Broncos Pro Bowl center.
Right. Okay. Maybe. I mean, I just wanted to bring up the fact that their center didn't know who he was snapping to. So.
Yeah, I think the Jets' offensive line is going to be completely different next year. I think they're going to make some moves in free agency that are going to make them look a lot more attractive besides just Bell. And yeah, I get the sell of Andrew Luck, but I don't think Bell wants to spend his whole season in Indianapolis.
What do you mean? Why?
Well, he's shown a penchant for enjoying a bit of a more active lifestyle, with what he's been doing in Miami. So I think he'd rather be somewhere fun like New York.
I would, if I were an athlete, I would avoid New York if I could. That media is just brutal. Mm-hmm. The taxes are astronomical.
I think that's an overblown narrative that's not really held up. And if you're an actually good player, the media would, fawn over you more than anything.
I don't think that it's necessarily blown up. I think that is pretty accurate. There were people from the media literally, as Randy Johnson is walking with a hot dog in his hand, trying to fucking interview him as he's walking on the street. That, just leave the dude alone. He's not at the facility. Get the fuck away from him. The New York media is pretty brutal. But anyways, I would go with the Colts because that gives the best chance to win.
Absolutely.
But, as we've said before, not everyone prioritizes winning in professional sports, which is just blows my mind. Blows my mind. Yeah. All right, so that's going to wrap up which is more likely. All right, that was fun. Next week we'll have a new crop of scenarios, and you guys will help us decide which is more likely to happen.
Are we bringing tweets back at any point?
We may.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, that was fun. The sports tweets of the week. That may make a comeback. I have other ideas as well, so we may do a rotational basis. 1 week we'll have this and we won't have this, and another week we'll have this and we won't have this. So stay tuned. We may have some shit in line for funsies. All right, a couple more things before we wrap it on up. which hopefully Robert Kraft did. What?
No, you made a good point.
Space Jam 2. Are you guys interested at all in Space Jam 2?
Kind of.
Yeah,
Supposedly,
I'll watch it.
supposedly it's going to be filming soon and will be released in July of 2021. All right, so the question I'm asking is...
I'm actually a little bit more interested in Toy Story 4, but it'd be good.
Okay. Who should the Monstars steal the talent from? Doesn't have to be like a starting five. Like, you don't have to give me like 2 forwards, 2 guards, and a center. Just like
The Warriors.
the entire
Just the
Warriors?
Yep.
Because
And
they're
then,
the...
and then they beat LeBron in the finals.
Spoiler alert. They thought... You thought- it's good. You thought LeBron was going to be the hero. Guess what?
Come on. Imagine Bugs being like, come on, LeBron, we got this. At halftime, I was like, fuck this. I was in this once. This is worse. This is worse.
It's perfect.
Oh, man.
Like, they honestly set it up. Yeah, we're going to win. No, we're not winning this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, obviously.
I mean, the guy, whoever gets Boogie Cousins, is just going to break right through the ceiling.
Yeah. Anthony Davis. Zion Williamson. Doesn't even have to be NBA. Does it? Just got to be basketball players. And then, for fun, fuck it, just bring back Charles Barkley. Do him again.
He's the orange guy.
Yeah. Muggsy Bogues, bring him back.
Green guy. Patrick Ewing was the green guy.
Yep.
And who's the tall dude from the Hornets? Remember?
Tall dude from the Hornets.
Who's the blue guy?
Oh, I will. Was it like Keith Van Horn or something like that?
No.
No. Let me see what the original Space Jam.
Bailey? Oh.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Space Jam. All right. Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah, so it was Larry Bird,
Yep.
Charles Barkley, Sean Bradley, Patrick Ewing, Larry Johnson, Muggsy Bogues.
All right.
Those were the players. Do you think the team of LeBron James, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Taz, Roadrunner,
Wait,
Marvin Martian, Porky Pig, Tweety Bird, Foghorn Leghorn, Yosemite Sam, Sylvester, Pepe Le Pew, Granny, and Lola could beat the Warriors?
no.
No, I don't think so either. That's a good point, Dan O'Shea. You really...
Actually, kind of hope it happens that way, too.
It would be so fun if that happened. I don't think they would, but
That'd be like the deciding factor between Jordan and LeBron.
You know
Jordan
what?
actually won his shit in Space Jam.
You know what they're gonna have to do, right? They're gonna have to be like, we're gonna go steal the talent from the best NBA players, and LeBron's gonna be like, you're gonna steal talent from the Knicks. That way he can dictate that he wins. Because yes, I think Bugs Bunny, Yosemite Sam, Foghorn Leghorn, Marvin Martian, and LeBron could beat the Knicks. I'm sure they could.
I think a whole bunch of old ladies pushing carts at Walmart could beat the Knicks.
Probably. Oh, man. All right, so speaking of Knicks,
They're bad.
okay.
They're bad.
Knicks are bad. Okay.
the Knicks just beat the San Antonio Spurs. It didn't make sense.
And are getting whooped right now by the Magic.
Yep.
It's the best thing we're not watching.
Yeah, because I cut cable. But we got DirecTV now, so we do have TV. We just got to cast it through the Chromecast. The Knicks are bad. Really bad. Now, I touched this briefly. Again, Robert Kraft said that, but...
I was about to say it.
But that tunnel at the All-Star game, we discussed this privately a little bit. Do you actually think that they were just casually having a discussion about them both joining the Knicks? Or do you think it was a setup that they knew the camera was going to be there, and so to keep shit relevant, they talked about it in front of the camera, and now they're both like, let me just focus on the regular season. Like, come on, Kyrie. Come on.
Honestly, there's no way to know. It's they're either coming to the Knicks or it's the best troll job that I've ever seen.
And I said to you, I think that it's kind of a troll job. I think Kyrie's coming to the Knicks. I even said that last year, that Kyrie's going to be a Knick in this upcoming season. I don't think Kevin Durant is coming. I think they're going to have to work hard to try and convince a different star to come, whether that's Kawhi or trading for Anthony Davis. Although I don't know if they'd fucking trade anymore.
Garbage can on the side.
I don't really think I want to trade for AD given what the Pelicans want for him. Especially because everyone knows he's going to be gone from there next year. So, he can always just wait it out. It's on them to trade him. And, yeah, teams might make a push for him, and he might stay with that team. He might not. So, I don't know. We did the thing of chasing the superstar and selling all of our assets enough. Yeah, he's great, but, what's our timeline then? Because then we have to look at another full rebuild around him. We've got no assets besides him after that trade, and another star because we can't sign two stars and him. We don't have there's no cap space for that.
No, he would be the second quote unquote max contract. It would be Kyrie and him in my scenario. Not that I'm saying that that's what's going to happen. I was saying in the scenario of Kyrie plus another where you'd trade for him, it would be Kyrie and him with some budding young stars. That's good enough. Kyrie and Anthony Davis in the East is good enough to at least get in the playoffs. And if you've got guys like Zion Williamson, or even if you miss out on him, you can get RJ Barrett, you can get Cam Reddish, you can get, what's his name, John Morant. There are good players in college basketball that you can either A, develop, because this crop of players is just fucking freaks, or you can use them as trade bait, depending on what you want. Mm-hmm. Personally, I think it's going to be a guy like Kyrie and Chris Middleton or some shit like that. Which I guess could be decent, but it's not going to be enough. Not anywhere near enough. So no, I don't think they're going to get both Kyrie and KD. The other hope would be that you can lure Kawhi away from Toronto and then run Kyrie and Kawhi. That might work. That might get you, once you fully develop Robinson and Knox and Trier, and if you got Dennis Smith Jr. and you draft one of those four that I named, and you got Kawhi and Kyrie, and if you can somehow hold on to depth like Noah Vonleh and Frank Ntilikina for defense, or if you get another defensive player and you can get a lot in return for any of those players that I talked about, depth, I could see possibly a championship from a Kawhi-Kyrie duo, but I don't know.
Who can you get from the Cavs?
You can't get shit from the Cavs because they don't have shit.
Just stones that you can't get blood from?
Yeah, basically. I mean, the Cavs
have 9 wins?
They have Kevin Love. I mean, I wouldn't mind Kevin